Hey, this is Natasha Lair Lewis with Big Rock Organics, and welcome to fabulous week 6 of the CSA. Oh, it's so hard to believe time is just flying by. But we have some new things this week, and let me take you for a tour. So I have to just zoom real quick while I'm so excited. We have eggplants. We have 2 different kinds of eggplants that we're featuring in the garden this year, and one is the Asian long eggplant. And these usually have a pretty thin skin. You don't really even have to peel them. And then we have the traditional Italian eggplant, and these are just looking awesome. I love how the color changes in the garden, and having this pop of purple is really fun. There's actually quite a few different purple veggies in the garden, and I just think, being a purple fan, it's so fantastic whenever I get to play in the garden with purple veggies. So a couple of ideas if you're new to eggplant. So I love a fried eggplant. You can use Italian seasoned breadcrumbs or a panko crumb or a tempura, which is actually really a lot easier than you think to make. And you slice your eggplant. Now some people like to salt the eggplant and press it and squeeze it. It helps remove some of the moisture. That's helpful too. We'll put some ideas and recipes for frying it, and once you've got that fried hot eggplant, you can put a little slice of goat cheese, layer it up with some tomatoes, different things like that. It's so tasty. I also love eggplant in a curry. There's also roasted eggplant, and eggplant is just one of those flavors that kind of can be anything, so you can throw it into so many different dishes. So we'll be featuring eggplant, throughout the season for you to enjoy and experiment with. All right, those beans that we've been waiting for are starting to kick in. So we have beautiful yellow wax beans and green beans here, and we've been waiting so long on these guys to start, and now they finally decided to. So I love a sauteed bean as compared to like boiling them, but you can also do like a tempura fried bean as well. So just something fun if you are getting a little tired of cooking in the kitchen. Do like a tempura fry night. That's kind of just a really fun meal approach and is delicious. But these beans are just so good. Really don't need a lot. Sometimes I even just saute them in some butter, top them with a little bit of salt. They're just so incredibly good. So lots of beans coming your way. We have fresh onion. Now these guys are varieties of onions that can be dried and cured, but we're just picking some of them a little earlier for fresh onion. The scallion at the top is not super tender. They're a little bit older, so I would recommend just using, maybe even up to about here on your onion. Now you will want to store these in the fridge. They're not like a dried onion or cured onion. They're not going to be able to go in the pantry, but you can use it for anything a onion is called for. Quite delicious. Quite a nice strong onion scent and flavor, so very excited to welcome in some onions here in the coming weeks. All right, basil. We have some Italian basil. Now Italian basil is so delicious, but can be a little finicky to store. So my recommendation is if you actually put these stems in just a little bit of water, so just a little tiny jar on your counter, and then put a bag over that jar. So just a, cheap Ziploc bag. Don't seal it up or anything. You just put that bag over the basil. It's going to store really nicely like that. So also, you can make a pureed basil oil. So if you don't want to store it, but you want to have that basil flavor, do a basil oil, and then you can use that. I actually froze quite a bit of basil oil a couple seasons ago, and I'm still using that in the freezer, and it still tastes delicious as the day I picked it. So smells wonderful. Oh, it tastes fabulous. So very much looking forward to the basil coming on. We have a couple different kinds of basil. We have a Thai basil that will be for the future. Other herbs, we have this weirdo little guy here. This is a dill seed head. So when the dill goes to seed, it produces these really flavorful seeds. So this is great to make dill pickles. You just take and kind of crush them a little bit and stuff the whole head into the jar. It gives you a really intense dill flavor. You can also dry it if you'd like to. So this is a fresh dill head. And we'll have to include some recipes, but if you're making pickles, because we have a lot of cucumbers, you can make a dill pickle with that dill head. All right, we've got peppers starting. You might have some different colored peppers in your box. Of course, beautiful carrots. Rosina, who works here at the farm, just told me about a delicious carrot pesto she made, and I said, wow, I've been toting using these greens for a long time, and I ashamedly have not made a carrot top pesto, I should say, and she said it was so good. So now I'm like, I have to try that. These roots will last so long if you just take and cut these kind of short like that, put them in a bag with a paper towel, and you can just stockpile your stuff. So stockpile these carrots. They'll last for a couple months in the fridge. These are such a nice batch of carrots, and we do have more carrots on down the line, so very excited about the beautiful carrots this season. We have some kohlrabi, and of course, nice little salad topper. You can do a slaw with the carrots and the kohlrabi and other delicious flavors. Sometimes it lends itself to a little bit more of a sweet, like raisin or apple. This kohlrabi pairs well with. So, and again, these guys last a long time too, so just trim your tops, put them in the fridge, they'll last for a very long time. Cucumbers, so many cucumbers. We've got lots of cucumbers coming in right now, and they continue to amaze me. These are just so crisp and delicious, and I hope that you found lots of things to do with it. Just a little reminder, if the cucumbers get a little big, because we have to pick them literally every day, and if I miss a day, then they get a little bit big, so sorry. We try really hard, but we do the best we can do. You can always cut it lengthwise, scoop out the seeds if there's too many seeds in there. These are known for not having, a large seed cavity, but, over time that can develop. If you scoop the seeds out, you can chop up the cucumber for any cucumber recipe and tastes great and no seeds. So that's an idea too. Cucumber water, throw even just a couple slices, the ends or anything, into your water, and that is just so refreshing, helps flavor your water. So lots and lots of fun with the cucumbers. Hopefully you've made a batch of pickles at this point, because we have, and we're so happy that we did that. They're delicious. And beets. We're moving into the Suyo beets, and these are those bullseye beets. So many great things you can do with beets. And again, another nice one to stockpile. We'll include some different recipes for beets, but pickled beets are delicious as well. These, being the bullseye beets, are just so pretty, and different ways to use them to take advantage of all of their cool coloring. We have zucchini and summer squash. We have kale. And overall, that makes for a really tasty, really colorful box this week. Now, I will say the tomatoes are ripening. We did pick a couple, so they're coming. So maybe by next week, and some of this hot weather that we're gonna have, maybe we'll get some tomatoes. So looking forward to it. Enjoy your box, friends, and thanks for joining me and Big Rock Organics on this wonderful adventure of a season. Bye.